The information provided by Trading Forex Price Action to you does not constitute personal financial advice. The information provided is of a general nature only and does not take into account your individual objectives, financial situation, or needs. It should not be used, relied upon, or treated as a substitute for specific professional advice.
Midweek Analysis.
Hey guys, this is a midweek analysis for January 19th of 2022. Alright, we'll start off with the euro dollar. This is a daily chart. We'll start off with an overview of the current setup I'm looking at. So the last daily long trade that form was right here. The last daily short trade that form was right here. And this short trade was stronger than this last long trade. So the bias was short, or in other words, price was likely to reach this pivot low right here before reaching this pivot high. However, due to a monthly gap level that runs right through these levels right here, the main target was minimized to this level right here, roughly at 1.1340. And due to the minimization of this target, I wanted to pull back at least to 1.1440 for a short entry. Again, with the stop loss at this pivot high and its main target at 1.1340. And extension targets at the daily long trade stop loss level right here. Okay, let's talk midweek price. Okay, so on this 1 hour chart, that entry level I was looking for a pullback to was at 1.1440 levels right here, with the stop loss at this pivot high right here. Now that daily short trade formed roughly in these areas right here. And so on the forecast I was mentioning, I was looking at this trend line from this pivot to this pivot right here, to see if I could get any lower confirmation of long strength in these areas. However, we did not. Now again, it's because after the breakout short, there was no immediate recovery back into the trend line. And so although I did get a small pullback, it did not reach my entry level, roughly 6 pips above this high. Okay, and moreover, during this week, I was looking for another possible confirmation of lower time frame long strength through this trend line from this pivot to this pivot right here. However, again, I did not get that breakout back into this trend line for confirmation of a lower time frame long strength. And so at this point, since the main target was already hit at this level right here, this daily short trade at this point, because the main target was hit, is no longer valid. And so even if I do get a pullback all the way up to these 1.1440 levels, I will not be taking another short entry based on this daily short setup. Okay, so let's go on to the euro yen. Okay, and if you're having trouble understanding what I'm talking about in terms of daily biases and weak and strong trades, please watch my price action trading course. For that course is designed to provide you the necessary information so you can understand these forecasts. Alright, this is a weekly chart. We'll start off with an overview of the current setup I'm looking at. So since at this point right here, there was compact short price action that formed, which shows strong short strength. And the last weekly long trade that formed was right here. The weekly bias is short, or in other words, price is likely to reach this pivot low right here before reaching this pivot high right here. And so if you recall, I was waiting for a pullback at least to this 131.60 levels, roughly at these levels right here and beyond, to take a short entry with a stop loss at this pivot high right here and its main target being right back down here. However, I was mentioning on the forecast at these levels right here, there were signs of short-term short strength, and so I'll be expecting a small pullback down. Okay, let's talk midweek price. Okay, this is a 4 hour chart. Again, that entry level I was looking for is at 131.60 levels right up here. Now, if you recall, there was confirmation of strong long strength on lower time frames in these areas right here. However, at this point right here, because there was no immediate break back in after this breakout of this trend line from this pivot to this pivot right here, I was expecting this long strength to start waning. And then moreover, there was a legitimate HNS that formed right here on the 15-minute chart. And typically, if there is strong long strength on lower time frames, this main target will not be hit. However, as you can see, that target was hit, further confirming that this lower time frame long strength was beginning to wane. And so the next trend line I was looking for to confirm any long strength on a lower time frame was this trend line from this pivot to this pivot right here. However, as you can see, we again did not get that immediate break back into this trend line, further confirming short-term short strength. Okay, and so at this point, I still want short-term long strength to come back in so I could get that pullback at least to that 131.60 level for a short entry. So let me show you the lower confirmations of short-term long strength I'm looking at the current moment. Let's go over to the 1 hour chart. Okay, so on this 1 hour chart, the trend line I'm looking at is just trend line from this pivot to this pivot right here. Now, in order for me to get that pullback right up to that 131.60 level for short entry, I'm looking for price to come right back up here, break this out, and not immediately break back in. For this will confirm further short-term short strength. So what I do want is for price to break this out, then wiggle around a bit, and then break back in, which would add a little bit of short-term long strength to this pair. Now, furthermore, this 131.60 entry level I'm talking about is a 200 pip stop loss, and ideally I do want a 100 pip stop loss. So the price level I ideally want price to reach is at 132.60. And so at this point, I'll be looking at this 1 hour chart and also the even lower time frames for further confirmation if I will get a pullback even further than this 131.60 levels. Now again, I'll be looking at these trend line breakouts and moreover price pattern confirmation on the lower time frames. And moreover, if I do begin to get, for example, a legitimate double top on the lower time frames, however price does not reach its target height level and hits its second peak's stop loss level, indicating short-term long strength, then even if price does get up to this 131.60 levels, I'll perhaps wait for a further pullback to 132.60. Okay, so that's it for the midweek analysis. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And thanks for watching. Okay, bye.